Wouldn't it be great when we finally get to America, where we don't have to worry about bad games? There are no bad games in America. That's why we do these streams.
Hello, and welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to An American Tale. This is the show in which we play An American Tale for the Sony PlayStation 2, released July 12th, 2007 in Australia, and July 13th, 2007 in Europe. This did not make it to America, funnily enough, ironically enough. And this game, developed by Data Design Interactive. This isn't the first we've seen of them on this show. It's the first full playthrough of theirs we're doing, of one of their products. Certainly more to come in future. And of course published by Blast Entertainment, who we've also seen around these parts before. Believe it or not, there are bad games in the whole world over. No matter where you go in the world, you're likely to find them. And you'll find a lot of them here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, as it turns out. This continues our streak of movie tie-in games, specifically inexplicable movie tie-in games. Just in the last week, we did Virus It Is Aware and Resident Evil Degeneration. I think earlier in the month, we did Star Wars Flight of the Falcon, which I'm going to tenuously count. It is tied into those movie films. You know, Vin Diesel's Wheelman was like a movie.
And was supposed to get a movie.
But this feels like, you know, territory we should have probably trodden by this point as the Bad Game Hall of Fame. But, you know, I'll be honest. Data Design Interactive, I do kind of see them as a low-hanging fruit. And they've been done to death, you know, truth be told. Even this game is the subject of a fairly popular video by one Dan Olson, Foldable Ideas et al. But I wanted to keep the streak going, and I wanted one I didn't have to do a lot of research for. And so that's how we landed on this tonight. So let me ask you, top of the show, what's your familiarity with An American Tale?
This is one of the films where I'm not sure if I've seen it. Like, it's familiar, but I don't know if that's fake memories of just seeing it later in life or like random clips or not. I've seen some other Don Bluth classics, you know, The Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven, stuff like that. But this one, I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that the Data Design game is going to actually represent the plot of the film, so I won't need to see it.
Yeah, this will be just as good, if not better, because it's interactive. So it's like we're really playing as Fievel. I really feel like I'm Fievel right now. Bitch, I feel like Fievel. Let's get to that main stage, why don't we? Where I don't necessarily have a whole history section prepared. But we got a couple slides here just to set up a bit of much-needed context here. This is the poster to An American Tale, the November 1986 movie film directed by Don Bluth, executive produced by Steven Spielberg. In the Don Bluth filmography, I believe this comes after Secret of Nim, which is arguably his best work. I have seen this. I saw it way back as a child, as a little mouse myself. Must have seen it on VHS. Yeah, it's an interesting movie, from what I recall. I rewatched a few clips of it just to refresh my memory before the stream tonight. It's a dark. It throws a little dark. It's set in the 1800s. It's a movie about like the experience of immigrating to America in the 1800s, specifically from the perspective of a Russian Jew. Like, the movie opens up with like the Cossacks like committing arson on a Jewish village in Russia, and the family having to flee in the dead of night. There's a human family and there's a mouse family. You primarily center the film around the mouse family for the benefit of the kids, but it is like a story about the experience of having this wide-eyed wonderment of America, believing that there's no cats in America, which would be really tragic. I'd be sad if there are no cats in America. Also, long-running tradition of kids' animated movies casting cats as the villains, which is, not necessarily as the Russians. I mean, there is like the opening scene has, Russian cats, the Cossacks cats, the Cossacks working in collaboration with cats to make sure that, all those mice are also taken care of, and as they go through their little anti-Semitic arson attack on the village. And anyway, it follows this character. The movie primarily centers around this character named Fievel, as he gets separated from his family on the boat ride over to America, and realizing that upon landing in America that it is not actually free of cats, that they will face some of the same segregation and the same hardships as they did back in Russia, and also, it becomes a more generalized experience of immigrants. There's also like Italian-American mice and Irish-American mice, and so on and so forth. It's a strange one. Ultimately, Fievel, there's a scene where he works in a sweatshop that I seem to recall. He gets, forced into forced labor. Ultimately, it ends happily, though, with him being reunited with his family and the friends he made along the way, including Dom DeLuise as a vegetarian cat, as the one good cat, the token good cat. It's uneven. It is the messaging is a little muddled, but it is at least an interesting idea for a film. It is interesting to have, mouses being symbolic of the Jewish experience at a certain point in history. Funny enough, you may be familiar with this comic book by the name of Maus, M-A-U-S, where there is the metaphor of mice as Jewish peoples facing discrimination, specifically against the Nazis, in the case of Maus. I believe Art Spiegelman specifically accused Spielberg and Bluth of ripping off his idea in production of this movie. It is different. They are two markedly different products, markedly different takes, markedly different settings, and so forth. But the reason why Maus released in 2 volumes is because Spiegelman wanted to beat the film to the punch. So he's like, I have half this comic done, publish this first half so we can beat the American Tail movie to theaters, and it can be like established that I am the one who came up with this idea, for whatever that's worth. Anyway, I did not rewatch the movie. As I mentioned, I watched some clips, and some thoughts I have rewatching those clips now is that, by God, that Fievel character is sure fucking annoying. I don't really love a kid protagonist voiced by an actual kid. I believe this was an early role for one Philip Glasser, who was a child at the time of recording, and that is certainly evident. He becomes a little insufferable in the course of the clips I watched, but not nearly as insufferable as Dom DeLuise, who I have never found funny. I find him to be quite grating, even when he's hawking computers by pouring spaghetti sauce and pizza on them, or whatever that old thing he did was. Again, I'm sure this movie was impactful. I'm sure it taught a generation of kids empathy, so on and so forth. The thing I do remember from watching it as a kid is being incredibly annoyed at how close Fievel was to his family. They're looking for each other in America, and they're like inches away from each other. They're just missing each other over the course of the movie, over the course of the entire runtime until the end. And I remember as a kid just being so fucking annoyed, like, he's right there! Your kid's right there! Just look to your left, you stupid mouse. And just that really annoying me viscerally throughout the course of the movie as a child. I just could not take those. It beleaguered my believability. Anyhow, that's all I got to say about An American Tail, the movie film, except to say that, for a movie that had a message, that had an intention, that attempted to tell, like, a very specific story, of course, its success meant that it just got a bunch of fucking direct-to-home media squeakquels, including a TV show. In 1991, you get An American Tail, Fievel Goes West. But I haven't watched that, despite it being, set in the Wild West. It should be cast bait, but I never got around to this one, believe it or not. Then there is the TV series, Fievel's American Tales, lasts... Oh, motorcycle flying by right now. Wonder if folk can hear that at home. Fievel's American Tales a 1992 animated series lasting all of one season. Then you get An American Tale, The Treasure of Manhattan Island in the year 2000, as well as An American Tale, The Mystery of the Night Monster, also in 2000, when they were just rushing this shit to pass. Let me ask you this, Johnny. You've not
Yeah.
seen An American Tale.
I'm not sure. The more you talked about it, the more I'm convinced I might have.
But as far as like animated movies as a child, did you get much into like the Disney animated movies, and then did you get into the home media, the straight to VHS era
Oh, for
of
sure.
animated movies? Because I did not. I
Oh no,
was.
definitely, yeah.
Do you have like any particular favorites,
Yep.
memories?
Lion King 2, the one about Scar's like illegitimate son. That one's really good. No, legit, it is.
No, I know.
I think Aladdin 2 as well, and maybe Mulan 2, but those I don't remember as much. But yeah, no, we definitely had some Disney director VHS sequels. But yeah, I don't remember them very well these days, aside from Lion King 2, because
Nierpa Baby
that one's
Seal in
good.
chat says they have a lot of
Hmm.
nostalgia for Lion King too. It's like one of the few decent ones, they say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I was hard opted out of cartoons by like the VHS era. Like honestly, like I was watching Looney Tunes and Popeye. This is an anecdote I've repeated on the show a million times, but here it is again for the benefit of folk who have not watched previous streams, previous episodes. Is that like before there was an Adult Swim, what Cartoon Network used to air was just Merry Melodies and Popeye at like 2 and 3 in the morning, and I was awake for that stuff because I was a little insomniac, and that to me was animation. I wasn't really tuning in during the day. As far as like VHSs I was wearing out, it was like Airplane and like other Leslie Nielsen movies I got a lot of mileage out of. Spy Hard. I'm sure I wore that VHS. I'm sure I wore that magnetic strip completely ragged. Yeah, I was just, in terms of like my comedies, in terms of stuff that was like comfort viewing for me, uh, animated movies did not feature in that lineup. So I missed out on an entire era of content that YouTubers now make a killing off of recapping and recounting and so forth. Uh, I will say that a movie I did catch, not as a kid, not contemporaneously, but a movie that is American Tail adjacent, is the Titanic. The adventure continues, or the legend continues. The one that has the American Tail side plot that has the mices on board the Titanic. And so for the past like few years since seeing that movie, I confuse plot beats from An American Tale
Yeah.
with plot beats
Maybe
from Titanic. The legend continues.
maybe that's the film I've seen then.
It's like I
Oh.
picture Fievel, what should be the "There Are No Cats in America" set piece, the song and dance number in American Tail. I just, it is irrevocably mixed and muddled with, there's something you should know, so I'm gonna tell you so. Don't sweat it, forget it, enjoy the show. Working all day and so on and so forth, and a rapping dog, and uh, I'm
Right,
losing it,
yeah, the
Johnny.
rapping dog.
My mind is Swiss cheese, where all these animated movies just blend
Yeah.
together for me. Oh, Nirpa bringing up the other animated Titanic movie, the one with the octopus in it, and also mice in it. Uh, ay, ay, ay. Anyhow, that's enough talk about cartoons. Let's talk about some video games. Why don't we? Specifically, the video games of one Data Design Interactive. We are not doing the full Data Design retrospective history right now. I will mention that they've been making games since 1983. They started off as a studio doing games for the microcomputers back in the day. Time goes on, and they really start to hit their stride in the early to mid 2000s with a streak of games for the PlayStation 2, many of which make their way to the Nintendo Wii. Specifically, we have 3 highlighted here that all sort of feature in part in the game we're about to play tonight, An American Tail, which is to say that at a point in the 2000s, they kicked off what was meant to be like their sort of flagship franchise in Mythmakers, which, if I'm to recall the chronology correctly here, let's see how much Data Design Interactive knowledge I know just purely off the dome. So Mythmakers starts with a kart racing game that was meant to be a Nickelodeon kart racer until the rights to it fell through, or maybe they pitched it as a Nickelodeon kart racer and that didn't get approved, and so they decided to create their own original IP in the Mythmakers series. This engine, the Gods engine that Data Design Interactive uses for all of their games in this era across the PS2 and Wii and Windows, I believe is sort of cemented, is sort of established in and around this time, and is started as a racing game. Then they try to get a Zool 3D platformer reboot off the ground. That plan falls through, and the game that they are working on becomes Ninja Man, their 3D platformer, which is infamously reskinned and re-released as titles, including the likes of Anubis 2, Rock and Roll Adventures, and I think there's a third one there. Is it Mythmakers Trixie in Toyland, if I'm to recall correctly? Anyhow, then there is another game, this last one on the right-hand side here, Billy the Wizard, is their flying game, is a game with some flying in. And in all of these games are different genres, all operating on the same engine. This Mythmakers Orbs of Doom on the left is a Super Monkey Ball-like, Ninja Bread Man being the 3D platformer, and Billy the Wizard being a flying-like. And these all release like in the mid-2000s. So by the time we get to An American Tail in 2007, they've basically like done every type of genre of game within the Gods engine, and American Tail ends up being a sort of best of, ends up being a sort of engine showcase of sorts as they get the rights to publish an American Tail, to develop an American Tail video game, to tie something into that. I think prior to this, they had done a Casper game, and they'd always, like, you know, been dancing with the rights to different properties between Nickelodeon and Zool and whatnot. And publisher Blast Entertainment made their bones off of a number of movie tie-in games, of late movie tie-in games. They would pick up the rights to movies decades after the fact, decades after their relevance had waned. Beverly Hills Cop comes to mind. That's something we've done a full playthrough of on the channel before. So it was just two of the most prolific shovelware developers, especially, you know, in the case of the Nintendo Wii and PlayStation 2, their output across those platforms is prolific, the amount of licensed direct that passed through. But An American Tail here is sort of coming at the tail end, pardon the pun, of Data Design Interactive's glory days. I think after this you get Casper's Scare School on the PlayStation 2, something we played in our Casper night a while back. And then within a year of that, by 2009, Data Design Interactive is folded. It is not producing games anymore. Their developers scattered to the wind. So this is kind of like a last hurrah. We're starting our data design journey near the end of the timeline. I think what we'll do is, ultimately, we'll come back to Data Design Interactive. We will play through a number of their games in the course of this program, this Bad Game Hall of Fame that we run. And at some later point in time, we'll give them the proper retrospective they're due. Probably when it comes time to do like Ninja Bread Man or one of those Mythmakers games. But that'll be for a later date. For now, we're going to hop into An American Tail. I already mentioned that Dan Olson has a video on this game where it is titled An American Tail 5 Goes to Video Game Hell. It's a pretty good video. It's pretty short. We're obviously going to play through the whole thing here. Dan has some insights into the movie and the translation of a video game to movie that are, you know, sort of prescient, I suppose. He speaks about his love of bad games. I believe it was Dan, right, who went on to speedrun Amy, the PS3 survival horror game, at a GDQ event. So his love of bad games is documented in some capacity. We're going to get into a little bit more of the technical details in the course of this, I would think. Give a little bit more pointed criticism of mechanics and so forth in our Bad Game Hall of Fame fashion. And I'm pawning this game off on you. Surprise, Johnny! I'm not fucking playing this one. At least not if I can help it. I don't want to touch this. I legitimately did not tell Johnny how this was going to go. before the show, but I'm washing my hands of this. I'm sure I'll end up playing a bit of it. I'm sure it's unavoidable past a certain point, but ugh.
We'll see how I do. See if I can earn my way to America.
We'll get your controls configurated.
Yeah. I will mention off the top that
Press some buttons for me real quick, by the way.
Yep. Discord's Bad Game Club is familiar with this in a sense because previously we looked at Habitrail Hamster Ball and then went down the rabbit hole. Oh, interesting. They use specifically the... Hang on. Is that me?
It is. So what's fascinating about this menu is that you can't move left and right. You have to go just down, and then it'll cycle through the categories of flag. Go ahead, fucking pollute my memory card.
Yeah, going down the rabbit hole of finding... Oh, here's 5-10 data design games that all use this monkey ball engine, in some cases, straight up the same levels.
Yeah, reskins, a term we throw around kind of loosely that people will accuse a lot of things of being reskins, but Data Design Interactive truly prodigious in their use of the reuse of assets, reuse of level designs with new skins and such applied, with new textures on a per game basis. Leave the volume where it is if you don't mind. I know you're just checking, just going through the options here.
And I'm very familiar with this menu.
These menus.
You played like any... Yeah.
Like
primary action, secondary action. Got it.
If you've played one data design game, you've played at least 12 data design games, ultimately. Because they reuse stuff so frequently. Like these menus, I am well acquainted with. There will be some clips from the movie. We'll see if we dodge copyright on this one if we manage to get out unscathed. They strip it of all the voice acting, of all the acting, so we just get some...
I had a vague idea in OBS you can grab the top of the window and spin it around. See if that dodges it.
I'm just going to let it play out, and we'll just talk over it. There's no dialogue to talk over because they stripped out all the dialogue scenes. Yeah. This gives you the impression of what the movie may be like.
Yeah. Damn it, I might have seen this film.
You're never going to find out. You're never going to remember.
Well, it's either I've seen the film or I saw trailers of it on a VHS. All aboard! Roll Feifel in his soap bubble through the ship in order to get back to the center of the ship. Make sure you don't fall off. Click start for an extra challenge. Okay. Alright. Now, if I remember, you can use an analog stick, but this game engine for this ball rolling does not have... Oh. Hope I have not screwed myself over there. Does not have analog input.
Yeah, it just maps the D-pad to the analogs.
Oh, no, it does a little bit.
So
yeah,
Monkey
it does
Ball.
A little bit, actually. Yeah.
Or Habitrail Hamster Ball, or Mythmakers, the Orbs of Doom, or whatever the name of that game was.
Yep.
So it begins.
Yeah. Well, I know I need to rock here. Oh, no.
The soundtrack to this game is a soundtrack to most data design interactive games. I believe this is one Paul Weir as Earcom Productions, who produced basically like 16 tracks for Data Design Interactive at one moment in time, and then they proceed to use them across all of their games. Also the composer for a little game by the name of Glover. The less said about that, the better for me.
Yeah, no, seeing that guy's back catalog, prolific. Done a lot of work. Definitely good for him.
Rundum Nerd in chat says, it's the Mythmaker's Orbs of Doom that straight up doesn't let you use the analog stick. It's awful. Would rather use a Wiimote. Yeah, most of their games, most of their Data Design Interactive games started as PS2 games and then got converted to the Wii later as they incorporated motion controls into the Gods engine as they retrofitted it into there, and that allowed them to just bring this whole back catalog of shovelware PS2 games to the Wii. But this one landlocked to the PS2.
Yeah.
Annabelle
Come on,
Gang
come
asked,
on.
did you pick this for Jewish Heritage Month? No, we picked it because it's just a movie tie-in game that
Yeah.
is fairly short. It's fairly
Yeah,
slight.
that's the main thing. Yeah.
And we came up with this idea literally last night
Ah!
to continue our streak of movie tie-in games for May.
Yeah. We also accidentally picked another one that was PAL exclusive. that was even intentional.
You are really struggling here, Johnny.
I am. This is like the layout, the puzzle they're doing here. This would be like the back half of a monkey ball game. This the first level. The problem is, you know, you need a lot of speed to do that jump, but having a lot of speed is bad because then you fly off. Alright.
Johnny.
All right, physics. If that's how, if that's how that works. The thing is, okay. In some instances, I'm learning it's better to take your hand off the stick. But then sometimes you have to fight against what this game thinks like momentum is.
I cannot wait until you're inside the ship on this level and are not at risk of falling into the ocean.
Yeah, like this is so mean as a first level.
I mean, the
Like,
geometry
think of
here
what
is basic. The pathing here is incredibly basic. It's just like how bad the control is. To be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, but also like doing half pipe puzzles is not something you would even get in like the first 10 levels of Monkey Ball game. You know, you're supposed to introduce. Come on, oh, I want it. I want it. There we go. Take it slow. Take it slow.
Healing Mind says that this is the final level of Habitrail Hamster Ball.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah, that the level selection here is very strange, and the same with Habitrail Hamster Ball. Like it's not the same level order as the previous Orb games or the ones afterwards. They would just shuffle them around randomly.
It's to... There's a reason for it. The reason is to, if someone happened to buy 2 Data Design interactive games that are effectively the same game, that if they reshuffle them, it might keep up the illusion a little bit longer that they are not, in fact, the same game reskinned and reshuffled.
Yeah,
Right?
We do have camera control though. Take that, Monkey Ball.
I like a monkey ball. I like a super
Yeah,
monkey ball well enough.
Hell yeah. You won't like Super Monkey Ball Adventure when that shows up on the stream.
Is that something that's due to show up on the stream?
Yeah.
When I say I like Super
Well-
Monkey Ball, I mean I like Super Monkey Ball on the Nintendo GameCube and then did not bother playing any other games past that.
Yeah, well, what if... Okay, picture this, right? You have Super Monkey Ball, but what if Traveler's Tales turned it into a 3D platformer?
You lost me at Traveler's Tales.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know people like their Lego games. I've not played any of their Lego games.
I'd say the Lego games is where they hit their stride. They definitely had a mixed output.
No.
Ooh.
Also, you're a star short. I know the cheese is where the level ends,
Oh, okay.
but you missed one.
I wonder where I missed one.
Probably like when you dropped down to the inside of the ship, there was probably a an opportunity to like land on those ledges.
Good camera work, good level design. Let me go back there. See, look, that's smart there to put that block there. So there was some conscious. Oh no!
Oh wait!
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna 100% this level.
Hell yeah!
I never doubted you, Johnny. Except for all the times I doubted you.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. I think if I remember right, from the Bad Game Club stuff and people diving into this specific rehashing thing they did, is that even with the analog control, I think you do get analog, but you don't get all 360 directions. Like you might only get 8. I heard her say something nice, Redeem. You do have camera control, which Monkey Ball did not have for a long time. It's the one thing it has over. Yeah, I'm just
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
The camera.
Okay.
Ooh, good.
All right, inverted camera. Whee!
Hell yes. One stage down, Not as many as you'd think to go.
Yeah.
But there are bonus levels. Oh, I totally forgot to show the back of the box.
Oh, yes.
I meant to read the back of the box on this one. Do I have the back of the box handy? Bear with me a second. Press cross for me while you...
Yep.
I do want to read the features as described on the back of the box. So let's take care of this real quick. Game is still loading. Oh, more scenes from the movie film. This is a great time for me to put an image up in front of the movie footage.
Perfect.
So that I can read what this says. Ahem. Fievel Mouskowitz returns. Fievel Mouskowitz and his family have left their home in Russia for a new life in America. But when a storm hits their ship bound for New York, Fievel ends up getting separated. I guess that's being pictured here in the footage behind us. Feeling lost, alone, and very scared is only the start of Fievel's problems. New York City is teeming with big cats who love to prey on mice. Can you help Fievel defeat the feline foes and find his family in this breathtaking platform action game based on the ever-popular movie? Not a question mark. Not a question they're asking there, can you help? 6 huge missions.
Ooh.
4 bonus levels. So, 10 levels. 10 levels in this game. Ultimately. Relive the movie. See the thrilling story unfold through classic clips from the animated movie. I think it was counted. There's a grand total of 86 seconds of footage from the movie in this. But hey, we will change modalities of play. Not yet. You got this bonus level, and I do expect you to beat this bonus level.
All right. Okay, so we've got multiple pieces of cheeses. Got a mystery. Oh, okay. Hey, we have arrows at least.
And we have some momentum here. We have some physics rocking the boat about.
Okay.
Those are continue points. Okay.
Ah, okay.
I Am Headful asks, new shortest Bad Game Hall of Fame stream? We're experimenting. We're seeing if we can do a shorter stream and get away with it. I don't think we're going the full 3 hours tonight. I don't think we stretch this game out that long. I don't even know if we stretch this to 2 hours. I don't know.
We'll see.
Might have an early night tonight. Which I'm not going to say no to.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here.
Yeah, there must be like a platform underneath that if they're arrowing to it. Yeah.
There you go.
Cheese to meet you. Whoa.
Yeah, that took a long time to slow down there.
The momentum in this is sickening. And the camera, the way it tracks you.
Yeah,
like,
it's a bit stuttery.
Yeah, it's because it is unfortunately precise the way the camera tracks you. Something like a monkey ball will have the camera... There's some fakery to it. There is some, like, intentional delay, so that if you're just, like, tapping inputs and, you know, like, deliberately trying to trick the camera or freak the camera out, like, there's a bit of, like, smoothing that they'll deploy in a situation like that to smooth over those sorts of, like, camera effects to keep it mostly stable. Oh, no.
Oh.
So bubble pops.
Yeah. Yeah, also this is another thing I remember from Day Design's ball genre games. Non-levels. Like, what's the longest timer you get on a Super Monkey Ball level? 60 seconds.
Well, they did talk up their huge levels on the back of the box.
Yeah.
I believe the Gods engine also leverages Havoc as middleware for its physics. And Data Design loves incorporating physics into not just, like, you know, like, effects, not just, like, you know, some people would use, like, a Havoc specifically for, like, particle effects or for, like, you know, stuff happening in the background, but it doesn't necessarily factor into the gameplay. Data Design loves leveraging physics into their platforming, loves to make it, like, a point of gameplay. So, you know, the rocking of the ship here. the motion of the water, which I don't know if the motion of the water is necessarily havoc. These flats that they're using to represent water.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. I'm not sure what it is, but when I get on the final barrel, for some reason I get shot off real fast. I think that's partly because you need the speed to make the gap, but you need to slow right down. Oh, okay. The curve helped.
I think you are at a bit of an angle here as well. Maybe, possibly.
There we go. Okay, so you don't need as much of a run-up as I was doing. But it's a bit easier to see. Oh no, up this fin? Oh, okay, that was easier than I thought.
Go the wrong way up the slide. And then pray for a... Yep.
Alright.
Just roll into the water at this point, yeah?
Yep.
You should have your continue point.
Good thing I gotta continue right there. Oh, oh.
It's like trying to ice skate uphill. Jesus.
Oh, no.
They expect you to make a jump here? You have no momentum. You have no speed. You have no...
Oh, there we go. You just have to really come... Okay, how the fuck am I supposed to make that one?
You need to not even, like, consider slowing down. You need to just be, like, gunning it here. Yep.
Oh, barely made that.
Can you go... Can you do a full circle?
Let's see.
Well, perhaps I asked too much of you.
Again, it's... There's some pull in certain directions I get from this game. And I don't know where they're coming from. Like, Monkey Ball has very exacting physics. It's why some of the, like, speedrun routes are so interesting, because people know how to hit objects in such a specific way that they can bounce and fly through levels. I don't think you could do that with this game.
No, probably
Nah, it looks
not.
like I've hit the peak.
Yeah, you're probably not going to build up enough momentum here. I was hoping for a Sonic 06 moment where you make it to the top and then just stand still somehow. Your soap bubble clings to the top of that circle.
Let's turn the camera. Jesus.
How do you feel about mice? How do you feel about rats?
Oh yeah, they're cool. I knew someone had a pet rat who was chill. Very cute.
I know Charkies are a resident rat spurt. But, you know, we also like them. I'm a big rodent fan. Specifically the opossum, the humble opossum.
Okay. You can't just gun that. You gotta stop, then go. Yeah. We'll sometimes see mice, you know, having cats. Though they're not that effective at getting them, so we usually are able to get the mice free and free them. But every so often, it's just like, oh hey, you brought a living creature into the house that's not yours.
Kuzi brings up, and also Nirpa brings up that opossums are marsupials. Yeah, but they're rodent-coated. In my mind, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, ah, there we go.
There's
Yes,
little
camera.
guys. It's the genre of animal. My favorite species of animal is little guy.
What does
What
that
does this mean?
All right, do what the sign says. Huh?
Okay, I get it. What they're saying is that if you're on the ground here, you've already fucked up. I think, but...
Okay, well, let's have a look again.
We can get a close-up on Fievel, too, if we,
Yeah. Make it slow. Nope.
This is so pained.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it is them trying to do the boat rocking so you get a bit of sideways momentum. But why, like, you shouldn't be slipping off of this fin. This fin should be flat, right? Obviously, you know, it's angled going up, but it's not a curved surface, but it acts like one. Like, if you're not dead center, you'll slip towards the left and the right, which is not how slopes work.
I think
like
the
this.
controls are also altered by the camera. I think when the camera takes, like, is rotating into place, it is on the fly adjusting what your controls do relative to the camera's point of view. Okay, you made it up here. You know what I'm going to do? Pause.
Pause.
Okay. I'm going to give you a save state here, just because that seemed particularly painful.
It's like, surely that's a jump I'm not making.
Certainly not on your first try.
No way. Oh! No, 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 okay.
Oh, no.
They very poorly explained it.
Physics.
Ah, you're alright. Physics puzzles.
I think you're rotating this the completely wrong way.
You know, probably, yeah. That's where the arrow is, so...
Push it right through the sign. God, even this is brutal.
Why? Why is... I don't know why he's sliding all over the place. That's me pushing the stick up. Yeah, I see what you mean about the camera. Yeah, it does change your inputs.
Do you want to be, like,
strange
perfectly
way.
perpendicular? Is that what they're going for here?
Okay, let's have a little look.
A little more. Definitely a little more.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, but then it gets you onto that platform. Now see, before you... oh, wait, no. A little more, because it is going to be flush with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the run up. Also, camera speed, very slow.
Oh, no, you overshot it completely. Hammer it into place.
Yeah. So
Nierpa brings
slow,
up that this boat has so much Fievel-specific infrastructure. Yeah, they put these signs up knowing that specifically Fievel Mouskevitz would come through and... Yeah, now scout ahead and see if there's any other things you need to push into place.
That's linked up, so now we're going to do this. You know, I'm going to say a save state here would be much appreciated.
Soivently.
Because my fear is I'm going to fall down there.
It's a reasonable fear to have. Okay, that's got to be it. Now you just need to make it back up that ramp again.
Yeah. Turn the camera. There we go. I think this little thing moved because I got on it. Like, physics. I think that caused the physics to...
Oh.
Oh, look at that down there. Look at that fun.
That'll be exciting.
And...
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Assholes. Bastard guys.
This is apparently a bonus. Longer than the first level.
The trick is, though, and I'm not letting you do this, but if you press start...
Okay, hold on. Let me get this moved so I know it's done. There we go.
Sorry, not if you press start, I guess. If you die, which don't do that.
And you skip, yeah.
They let you skip the level.
Yeah, we would never, though.
No, this is a full playthrough.
I don't know if there's a name for it. The thing where games kind of, when you're upscaling up a level, you can see where you came from. So say you start like on ground level and then you climb like a big tower and then you can see the floor from the top of the tower. This game's technically doing that. You can see the bottom of the boat.
Gotta hand it to the Design Interactive.
Feels to me more dread than anything else, though. Don't know why. Yeah. The physics did not like the little seam there between the platforms.
A lot of good opossum chat going on. I don't want to just read chat for the next 10 minutes just recapping all the messages and butchering the pronunciations. But the Venezuelan and Brazilian contingents.
Okay, I'm gonna resell you right on a Super Monkey Ball Adventures, right?
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
So imagine this level, right? But if I fell down to the bottom, I would trigger a checkpoint at the bottom of the stage.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be rough.
Hey, guess what, Johnny? You're gonna play it. Oh, good God, I see it shaking. And I'm shaking in my fucking boots watching that. Okay, you know what? Save state.
Take a breath.
I mean, I have rewind in PCSX2, but by God, I'm gonna save state. Yeah, I'm gonna help my buddy Bag out here.
Ah, I really thought I could stay on there. I know we don't have it in the soundboard. We need the like flipping sound effect, like the little running feet sound effect under it. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Boom. Checkpoint.
All right, that's got to be the last one, right? Through the loop there.
Yeah. Checkpoint.
Oh no, I see what they're
Okay.
cooking here, and it's rancid.
Okay, well, at least I can get back up here. There we go. Oh. Oh, at least I can get back up here. There we go. On these flat ropes. Hey, at least they didn't realistically model these ropes.
They didn't like bump map them, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, that might have helped, actually, because I would have fit in the groove between each rope.
Oh yeah, you know, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Damn it, I was trying to be nice and I was mean.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Honestly, just cheddar, I think.
Yeah, I'm
It
pretty
just feels
basic
a very
too.
basic bit, yeah.
I'm pretty basic. I just like a mozzarella.
Yeah, and yeah, mozzarella's good.
There was
I
a
will
period where I
say-
was like trying like Gruyere and like smoked Gouda and stuff like that. I really like cheese and crackers. That's one of my favorite snacks is crackers and snacks with little slices of pepperoni or dried salami.
Oops. There's also a slightly orangey one. I think it's called like Red Leicestershire or Red Leicester. That's good.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yep, good. Just yep. It's quicker. I was talking about this actually, watching someone else's stream. That because I have family members with allergy stuff, I've tried vegan cheese, and it depends on the type, but the type I've had is actually really good. It's kind of like a cheese sauce in solid form, is the best way I can describe it. Actually melts really nice. Like it becomes like a sauce if you melt it, as opposed to stringy. It's very rich. Probably terrible for you. Probably more unhealthy than actual cheese.
Might well be.
The amount of oil it probably has in it. Yeah, it's an interesting taste.
All right, wait here at the sign. Wait for it to do its cycle. And go.
Right.
Ooh, good checkpoint.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Wee.
Louise PSC in chat says, indeed a huge level, and to think the devs of Virus It Is Aware said they could not make an entire game on a boat. If only they had seen what we're seeing right now. Edward21S asks, what cheese brand was it?
That I couldn't tell you. I'd have to see a picture. I'll do some cheese research later on. Figure it out. Remember having a dark green package. All right. Ah, I really wanted to get it on my first try.
Yeah, unlikely.
It was close. It was close. Okay.
I can't do funky cheeses. I can't even do like a blue cheese. I'm very basic in that way.
I didn't really used to like blue cheese, and then I would have some HelloFresh recipes where you would add it to like panko breadcrumbs and then bake it on the top of like a mac and cheese or a burger or something like that, and that I like. But just on its own, or even on a cracker, it's too strong.
Slime says this barrel section sucks. No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
take that back. No, no. It's not giving this game a fair shot.
I could be wrong. I swear when those animations happen when you like hit a surface really hard, I feel like Fifo here turns 2D like a Parappa the Rapper character.
Yeah, there's some like stretching effect they're doing.
Yeah.
Some squish stretch effect.
Oh, I need to see that way. The game does not want me to see that. Oh,
This camera blows.
yeah. Like, it's fine for this jump.
Oh!
Oh, I had a hope that maybe if you just gun it, the old
The
monkey
fates would have
strap.
aligned. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think their timing is they're all on different cycles. They're not like in sync.
Yeah. You know, the camera hates being in this moving object.
I thought you were gonna say
It's
the camera
funny.
hates you. The camera hates players. It hates children. It hates mice.
No, I feel like it's more victim alongside me in this in this scenario. Oh, there's like a bigger gap between those two barrels as well.
Yeah, you need a bit more speed.
Yep.
God.
Okay. How did I even move that way? Okay. There we go.
Like, this is advanced mode data design
Yeah.
interactive too. Like, this is genuinely challenging. This is data design for super players. This is they
Yeah.
expect you to have
This is-
played their previous games. It's truly the Daikatana of
And yeah, not a game for kids. A game for you were old enough to see this movie in theaters when it came out as a
you were a kid in 1986.
kid. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Daikatana, by the way, today. Happy birthday, Air Control. Happy
birthday.
birthday, Lord of the Rings Gollum. And some other games.
It's been a stacked birthday today for sure. Yeah, see, these first two are aligned in a way that makes sense. That was mostly used error there. The second two, I have no clue what the right timing is on that.
Edward21S says, every time Cass says data design, I hear dated design, and it's more fitting. This would have killed in 1996. You put this up against Bubsy, 3D, and, you know, you're off to the races.
Yep. I feel like at a certain point the camera gets too fucked when you're in that barrel and you just can't recover.
So let's theorize what's happening with the camera here. It's because the camera has collision.
Woo!
The camera has some amount of collision the way that it is designed to trail you.
Yeah.
So as you are going up against the surfaces in that cylindrical area, you know, the camera is pressing up against like every polygon that comprises this, you know, this round shape. And so there's multiple, like, you know, points of there's multiple polygons making up this thing. So as it's
Yeah.
like switching between two surfaces, two different angles, it is causing the issue of the jittery, shaky camera. And it's also, like, you know, closing the proximity. It's also doing dastardly things to how close the camera is and how little peripheral vision it's giving
Yeah.
you here.
Yeah, like, but even when you're just on like a flat surface, I don't think it's quite capable of keeping the character like steady in the middle.
This would have worked better, though, if it were like 3 swinging flat platforms rather than these 3 swinging barrels.
Yeah.
that would have been way more functional for what they were trying to accomplish here.
I think I do have to do some sort of momentum-y jump there as well.
Like, the fact they
and
went with
problem is-
these cylinders, the fact they went with barrels for this is incredibly mean, and points to probably a lack of them play testing this in any real capacity.
I'm really trying to get.
How
the
about I
camera in a
save
position
state you
where I
here?
can
How
watch.
about I give you...
You can try. I'm not sure how much it will actually help, but go for it. It's easy enough to get back to the checkpoint.
You're definitely starting too late. I think the big problem here is that you're starting too late. You need to be predicting by a measure of a second or two when the barrels are gonna, their paths are gonna collide, are gonna intersect, are gonna line up for you. Joe DeReal asks, is there any way to reset the camera?
Oh. Yes. Yes. L2. Oh, that might be. Yeah, that might be the fin. Okay.
That might be essential.
Yeah. Yeah, because it also kind of pulls the camera out a bit when you do it. See?
Ooh.
You do have to kind of mash it constantly, like, or, well, not even mash, but just hit it often.
No! Well, it doesn't matter. We have a save state anyway.
You know what? Good.
But imagine
good
if you
thing
didn't have a
save
save state. Imagine if you didn't. Imagine how fucking annoying that would be.
That's mean. Yeah, that's mean. It really shouldn't. Like, once you've hit a checkpoint, it should disappear from the map, I think.
So just imagine another 10 minutes spent getting back to this point if we weren't egregiously save stating here.
That might be
is
my
ridiculous.
best attempt. Yeah. Nope.
Too early.
Yeah. With
Gotta
the
be
momentum
just
as
right.
well. Because you need a certain amount of wind up. Ah, okay.
Let me give this a shot.
Yeah, yeah. By all means.
I hate myself, so I'll give this a shot. All right, I should be in control. All right.
But yeah, left stick, right stick is camera, but L2 snaps it behind you, which does seem to be useful.
Am I controlling this?
'Cause the camera-
Are you controlling this still?
Okay, let me see. No, I'm still in control.
That explains a lot. That explains why it wasn't responding at all to me. Okay.
There you
Here
go.
we go.
If you fucking got it, then.
No, I'm hoping to get it on the first shot and just completely...
Yeah. But if you accidentally just moved that direction and just landed, I might have gone on vacation. Just immediately.
All right.
Meds while I got a second.
Oh. I think I'm just gonna wing it. I feel like if I wing it enough times, I will get it. That if I just keep adjusting my timing and not even thinking about, like...
Yeah. Well, you got in.
We got in, but I had to stop. So I think it's this. Okay, so where do I need to go after that? That's the question now.
Good. Yeah, great question. I think in terms of slowing down, it'll be you'll want to lean into the side of the barrels, like go up the slope to stop yourself from flying out. Yeah, yeah.
BattleTink09 says, I see you're playing the optional bonus level. Hey, when you got a game that's all of 6 levels long with 4 bonus levels,
Yeah.
you gotta play it all. You gotta get your money's worth.
It doesn't feel like a bonus level. The first level feels more bonus level than this does. And yes, Baltank, we did mention the fold-in ideas video.
Ooh, my timing. I had it, and now I don't. This is cruel and unusual punishment for a child.
I mean, if the timing was better and the camera was better, I would think this is the kind of monkey ball puzzle where they would want you to, like, get some air by going off the curve of a barrel, but the timing doesn't look like it fits to do that. You can do it for the first 2 barrels, but not these 2, the second and third. Oh, nice. Okay.
Save stated again.
Hey!
All right. Back to you.
Yeah.
I had my fill.
Dino gem awarded.
I'll get back to playing some real levels. And I can see there's like this multiple file screen thing in the background. I don't know why it's there. I can't menu there.
You know, they had a alternate. They had an unused loading screen for this game. That is documented on the cutting room floor
Nice.
article for this game. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and show this because Data Design were too cowardly to show you this. There you go. Instead, we just get this screen over and over again.
Yeah. Taking liberty. Guide
Oh, they
Fight's
certainly
new
are.
friend.
They certainly are taking fucking liberties here.
Guide Feifel's new friend Henry through the harbor. That's how you spell that in America. Even I know that. Of New York. In order to reach the safety of the ducks, you must collect as much of the birdseed as you can in order to maintain Henry's energy. Watch out for obstacles in the busy harbor.
Billy and the Broomstick.
All right.
This is where they lift their flying designs from. It's from that previous title. So how's this? Ooh, I like these frames.
Oh. I have to think how to describe the controls here. That's how weird they are. Like, the inputs are what you would expect, but the way it moves in response is weird.
Is it just like delay or?
There's a little bit of delay.
Love
It's like,
the arrow.
it's like this bird has a rudder.
No, so don't turn around. What? See, okay.
I know. I figured I needed the seeds to continue. To a
You
certain
don't
point.
need them all. The seeds regenerate your meter, right?
Yeah,
and the
yeah, I got
arrow,
that, yeah.
rather than pointing towards your objective
Oh.
or towards the next in line, is just pointing to the nearest of these item pickups. So if you miss one, then you pick one up, the next in line, it'll be pointing to the one behind you sometimes, as opposed to pointing you in the direction that you are meant to be going. Say something nice.
Henry has no energy.
I can relate. No fog of war on this. You get to see the whole level ahead of you. There's no like distance culling or anything.
Yeah. I found out something interesting, by the way. So in the rolling level, L2 recentered the camera. In this level, R2 recenters the camera. L2 does not do anything.
So they keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Like when it comes to like very minute adjustments, I can do it. Any of the sharp turns, it's just that's painful to do.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Just forget that.
Okay. Yeah. Also, hang on. Is New York flooded? Is that what happened here?
You know, the
this the
1800s,
day after?
we hadn't built land mass yet for New York.
Is this the day after tomorrow? Yesterday?
Thank God we never got a Day After Tomorrow tie-in game. That would be a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip those. I'm not gonna try and fly between those. Are you kidding me?
Gonna read some messages from chat. Slime says, the Billy the Wizard system controls, like, trying to move in those dreams I have when my legs are aching IRL. And Ball Gang says, I have something nice to say. It's nice to play as a Jewish character for once, yes. Louise PSC is glad that's not an instant failure by hitting the water. You don't immediately just drown. Battletank 09 says, playing this is just what life was like for us in Tsarist Russia. Love this music, too. I love all these cuts from the movie film. Really gets across the feeling of the 1800s that we're inhabiting.
Oh, I thought I was a goner there.
Oh, you got nice and stuck on that because of the forward momentum, because of the constant forward momentum. This is not a character movement meant to play nice with any sort of collision whatsoever.
Okay, surely
the end of the level, yeah, surely this just enough energy to make it. What?
Hey, you're going the wrong way. Right.
I really thought that was the end of the level.
Oh, right, yeah, the slowdown. I forgot the bird actually flies faster at the beginning because there's less geometry.
Battletank09 says, we got to get to a point on top of a pirate ship. Is where we're ultimately meant to land here.
It'd be nice if the game had mentioned that. I did see that pirate ship.
It'd be nice if the game had, like, at the top of the level, this is a real video game, it would have a flyover at the start of the level that shows you the path you're going to take ultimately, and lands at the destination you're meant to make it to.
Yeah.
But alas, this is a data design interactive game, not a real video game.
Would have also said that, hey, the controls are going to change here.
Grenmaju Daeza asks, is Henry from Fievel Goes West? No, I think he's from the original movie film. Maybe he reappears. I didn't watch any of those squeakles, but I seem to recall Fievel befriending a bird that takes him to New York by way of flight over yonder ocean.
Oh well. We're going this way.
Now, unfortunately, for your 100% completion of this level, you are going to have to keep replaying this until you get every single power-up. Kuzi says, I'm sure this came with a lengthy manual explaining all this, and not what is basically just a card saying not to destroy the disc. We should mention, this game came out on CD as opposed to DVD. Maximum capacity of 700 megabytes versus the 4.7 gigabytes that would come on a DVD. And the printing on these CDs was so cheap. In Dan Olsen's video, he gets 2 physical copies of the game. He has to get a second one because his first copy of the game, he tries to do the thing where you put tape on the top of the CD so it the PS2 doesn't like shake it around or lose tracking on it, which is a thing you can do apparently. And in the process. In the process of that, it strips, because the print job is so bad, it stripped the paint, all the stuff off the top of the CD, and when it does that, it can't read it. It's like straight up like the data is like printed on that side of it. It's really hard to explain this, but basically it destroys the CD. It destroys the CD to try and use this technique for improving the reliability of CD disc reading on the PS2.
Okay. I found the pirate ship, but I did something bad, apparently. So
what happened is that you crashed into the flag, so the collision drains your energy super quickly.
Yeah.
Run, coward.
I was just hoping when I made collision with some part of the boat, it would just end the level.
No, there's going to be a set designated point there somewhere.
Alright.
Some sort of pickup or something. So you may have to follow this path and see where it ultimately
Yeah.
tries to steer ya. Rundum Nerd says, can't say the game doesn't have variety.
That's true. Yeah, these ones just aren't even worth picking up. With salt slalom between the buoys there. No, thank you.
We need a secret announcer for from Wave Race on the GameCube to critique your play here.
Yeah, the way I would put it with the flight is just this bird is way heavier than you would expect a bird to be.
Gren Maju
This
asks,
is more...
surely
yeah,
the Wii version has a better frame rate, right? No Wii version of this one. One of the few
No.
data design games to not make the jump from PS2 to Wii during this era.
Yeah, somehow. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking. They curve.
Yeah, grab a few of these, make sure you're in the blue as you're headed towards the pirate ship. If you want me to save state you anywhere here.
Let's see.
Maybe not the pirate
No, I think
ship.
we're
No,
good.
look at that. I see that cheese there.
Yeah.
I think we were led astray. I believe it is that block of cheese on this steamboat. Steamboat Fievel. I was waiting for you to miss the cheese.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for the cheese to cause me damage and restart the level.
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
Now,
All
a
right.
bonus level about flying.
Maybe a hot take. I think they should have used that CG, their own CG render, just to have the consistent art style.
Yeah, because this reminds you of
Yeah.
what could have been,
Right.
what was, what once
Guide.
was.
All right. How does this run so poorly?
Because they're not culling anything in the distance, because the entire thing
Yeah.
is in RAM. They're not like doing anything
Yeah.
as far as.
Yeah. This is a very Johnny Baghead thing to think about and discuss. But I was thinking about how weird it is that a lot of games this generation would have unlocked frame rates or performance issues that, you know, they wouldn't have known at the time, but you stick them in an emulator and it magically fixes them. But I find it interesting that data design games are coded in such a way that it's like, no, this is the engine capping out, like, lagging here. Doesn't matter that you're running it on a system that can, like, you know, outperform the PlayStation 2 CPU. It's still gonna chug.
By the way, cross and circle should slow and accelerate.
Ah, okay.
Miss the cheese. Oh. I was gonna make you 100%
Please.
that, but
Well, these mischievous controls they don't tell me about.
they really leave a lot to guesswork. That control screen earlier certainly didn't fucking help. Didn't account for
Yeah.
the multiple gameplay modes featured in this American Tale. I hate looking at the Dom DeLuise cat on the left-hand side. I fucking hate its
Yeah.
design.
This is a... Oh, there we go.
All right, read it like Max Payne.
Yeah, that's what I was... Unfortunately, I don't think I got it in me.
New York Minute.
New York Minute.
Collect all the pieces of cheese in the streets of Manhattan while making your way to Gussie Mouseheimer's rally. Be careful not to get trampled underfoot or hit by passing carts. That's barely anything. That's barely a James. did you fucking think was gonna happen?
Alright.
Just a little bit pleased with yourself, ain't you? And rightly so, rightly so.
How do I pick this up?
The perspective
want it.
here is fucked.
Oh, it wasn't over
It
the
wasn't
hole.
over the hole. It's just...
Alright. I get what they're going for here, though. Because, yeah, like the... I know at least because we saw a little screenshot of it. And it's in, like, the poster that they do a lot of shots of, like, oh, the mice down at, like, the foot level. And the humans. Okay, at least that wasn't an instant kill.
Yeah, just imagine the viscera pouring out of Fievel as you guys run over by the wheel. If data design just went real dark with it.
Yeah. Even these humans are just leaving the cheese. They don't even want it. What's this music? These random crowd voices.
It's
'cause
one of
got,
the
like,
16
random...
songs that Paul Weir recorded
Yeah.
for Data Design Interactive at a point in time.
Yeah, it's got like random, like, yeah, that's cool, like, chatter in the music.
Well, if no one playing at home, if no player is going to say, wow, this is cool, they got to psych themselves up. They got to be the change they want to be in the world. Now, watch out for that fucking hole.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that that cheese looks like it's over the hole, and it's not.
Slime says, I've played this level before, and trying to pick up the cheese pieces is the closest I've gotten to knowing what stereo blindness is like.
Yeah.
Random Nerd says horse trains. Okay. The next time a train passes by, we gotta see the horses leading the train. Leading the tram here. Are you slowly walking? Are you... Alright. Okay, yeah, so it's a horse trolley? We had steam engines by this point in the 1800s, for one. For second, I don't think there was a tram system, and it certainly wouldn't have been led by horse. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
Because Koozie Koozie saying is that it wasn't that unusual, so shows what I know.
I feel like the most work in this game went into animating and modeling all these legs and feet.
Into his
It
sleeves.
looks a sight better than the rest of it. Yeah, no, I was trying to see like how the analog movement works. That's what the walking in place was. It's very strange. I like it, but you can walk on the spot if you're really slight with the stick input.
Busy traffic day.
Yeah. So why do we even have a jump? Why would you need to jump in this level?
Because it was already part of the 3D platforming modality they programmed for whatever previous game they ripped this from. Probably Ninja Bread Man.
I guess just unbinding it was...
Not an option.
Would have broken everything, yeah. Can you still hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, okay, so it wasn't part of the music. It was just New York
Ambient
sounds, I
noise.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, nice long loading time again. I'm shocked how long these loads are even.
Well, it's because it's loading the entire level and every single asset. It's filling the fucking RAM with everything.
All right, bonus level. Guide carefully. Oh yeah, it's this again. Oh, but it's nighttime. And the
What
moon
a
is
twist.
massive. Crash straight
Gren
into us.
Maju asks, what game is after this Nickelodeon Party Blast? That was actually before they did any of their, before they entered their real shovelware era. That was like 2002, if I recall correctly. This is really one of the last hoorahs for Data Design Interactive's shovelware era. It's this, the Casper game.
That reminds me, I could be wrong. You mentioned that they were going to make a Nickelodeon kart racer. I think that leaked. I think a prototype of that got found.
That might be right. I know recently they were doing Waterworld for the Sega Genesis. Data Design was programming that game. I think that prototype just leaked recently as well. So that must be part of some wider, larger Data Design leaking of prototypes and games that were once in progress, canceled games. Gren meant what game are we playing after this? Oh, we never know. We figure this shit out on the fly. We don't plan super far ahead. It's wherever the wind blows us. I mean, we do have a stream schedule. We think like a week in advance, maybe. I know we have 007 Racing on the horizon.
Yeah.
That's coming Tuesday. And I think Perfect Dark on the Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
Those might be the only two things we have pre-planned right now. You know, Perfect Dark just celebrated his birthday the other day. I forgot we could have done it earlier. We could have played Perfect Dark on the Game Boy Color earlier, but I don't track good game birthdays. I track bad game birthdays. So I was completely oblivious to it until I saw people posting about it.
There we go.
Jodareel says, what's really frustrating about this game is that Fievel's family is right there and they don't see him. Just turn around. Fuck, I hate this game even more now. Just like the movie film before it. More movie film scenes. Is there actual dialogue here?
Why do we need to see his butt crack in that scene?
I thought they had recorded over all of this with just the generic score music. At least that's short enough. If we get copyright dinged for this one, if we have to put this fucking VOD up on Patreon rather than YouTube, I'm going to McFreakin' lose it.
Alright, sewer rat. Alright. Follow Digit, who? Through the sewers to his hideout, but be very careful. If you get too close, he'll spot you. Fall too far behind, he'll lose you. Walk through checkpoints to save your progress. Collect stars for an extra level.
For an extra challenge. They're just saying that you can collect the stars if you hate yourself. Oh.
Yeah. I like this. I was just appreciating the meters there.
Get ourselves a spookometer.
Alright.
Classic.
Yeah. At least we have a real video game we're playing today.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see it.
See if you have a double jump.
Oh, I do. I didn't on that previous level. I like this like cop music. For this level.
Wonder how close is too close.
Oh.
Well, that's a physics object. They're really splurging here. Do you see him dive behind that graphic?
Yeah.
Does the full spin into a faceplant?
Appreciating the model. Sorry. You know, this might be the worst controlling part so far.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Koozie with some trivia for us. New York City's first horse-drawn streetcar was in 1832. The first steam-driven streetcar in New York City was 1883. An American Tale is set in 1885, so there being horse-drawn streetcars wouldn't be a huge stretch. The more you know.
Yeah, it's like the monkey ball physics carry over to the platforming. There we go. So trying to get that star that's over the pipe there's hard because when you jump from here, you see you slide. So if you jump, you always fall down like you're in the ball form still.
Like they said, it's an extra challenge. Jodareel in chat says, the square with the character in the corner is a real low-rent way of doing this. Yeah, you don't say. Did you get stuck? Are you stuck still?
I did get...
Yep.
Yes.
Rundum Nerd says, I stopped playing on this level. This was beyond my limit.
Hey! Dreams do come true. Yeah, you don't want to jump, like, touching objects too much. Rifle doesn't like that. I don't know how I managed that.
Pure fucking skill.
There we go.
Like, maybe if the stars slowed him down somehow, the guy in front of you that you're chasing, this Digit character.
Right. I'm getting really good at picking up that first. Oh, right.
Between escort missions and tailing missions, which is worse?
Escort, I think.
I think tailing. I think tailing is just such a deliberate waste of time. Like an escort mission, you can theoretically make a escort mission that makes sense narratively, that has some amount of tension. Okay. A tailing mission is always going to suck every time.
Okay, from that perspective, yeah, that's fair. It's just that the worst tailing levels, are nowhere near the worst escort missions.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Daikatana's birthday today, and, people talk about Daikatana being the ultimate example of the excesses of escort missions. Even though I didn't have such terrible luck in my playthroughs of Daikatana. I certainly had characters. I certainly had Superfly and Makiko getting stuck on geometry, as they do, or not knowing how to deal with verticality. But, at least they fight. At least they do stuff.
Mm-hmm. You just wait till Fun Fight Streetwise. Might be the worst escort mission in a video game.
There was some shitty platformer we played. Was it on the Dog Night? Maybe? Or no. Maybe I was just looking at it. Maybe it's not a game we even played. But there's like some game where you play... You know what it is? It's Eek the Cat. I'm thinking the video game Eek the Cat, where you have to guide an old lady through these labyrinthian fucking 2D platforming levels. And that might be one of the worst games centered around escort missions.
There was one on Dog Night we played that had escort in.
Beethoven.
Where you'd have to do...
Where you have to
Beethoven.
carry the dog, the little puppy in your mouth. So it's not necessarily an escort as much as it is a... we call those baby Moses-likes.
There we go.
Grand Maju asking, did John Romero make you his bitch? Remember, it's not John Romero's fault that that ad is the way it is. John Romero rejected that ad and was bullied into it by a complete fucking moron by the name of Mike Wilson, who was in charge of marketing. It was his idea to make Doom shareware, I believe, if I recall correctly. He's the guy who runs Devolver Digital now. Before that, he ran Gamecock Media Group and fucking Gathering Developers, and of course worked for Ion Storm as well. He's a huge fucking asshole who likes to crash Mercedeses and shit talk John Romero's wife. Bad guy. I'm sure he's changed. I'm sure people working at Devolver are like, he's fine now. But yeah, the John Romero's about to make you his bitch advertising slogan was his baby, was his brainchild. Like, there was definitely an era where John Romero was, a little arrogant, if you will. He definitely had his time enjoying fame, letting it get to his head. But he has since, like, obviously like, cooled down. He's like beloved at this point, and he's like so giving and willing to talk about his time in the industry and his game design philosophies and so on and so forth. But you don't hear much from Mike Wilson. And that's probably because he is kept away from hot mics. He's probably kept out of the spotlight deliberately because he's probably still a fucking asshole. Would be my guess. Yes, you got the checkpoint.
For a second, I thought
You're just gonna let the time run out?
yeah, I need a second. The fact that like you can make the jump onto this block. It is one of the hardest things I have ever done.
I love that little sound effect, that little sting. I don't think you're... I mean, okay, you can do it, but should you? I think there's alternate ways. I think they want you to get that star on the left. I think they're pointing out an alternate way you could go, or jumping up on top of that and transferring to the block. There are multiple ways you could do this.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be way easier.
Everything is relative, Johnny.
Okay, I figured out what it is. So in a double jump in a video game, you want to double jump by jumping right at the peak to get the highest maximum height, right? Not in this game. You have to get the best height. You have to press the button like as soon as you do your first jump, because you lose momentum. It doesn't like gain you momentum in the way like a proper double jump would, because of this weird physicsy stuff they do in their design.
Yeah, I see what you thought you saw, but no, you gotta go up the side there. Presumably, ostensibly.
No. Why would you? Yeah, okay. Well, at least I know how to get the best jump height now.
Goodbye, Can. Down the drain it goes.
Yeah.
Now, those are some interesting physics there. Boy, howdy.
Maybe that's just how acidic this water is.
You know, the New York City water system, yeah. It's basically is toxic sludge. Still better than Ohio, where the rivers catch on fire.
Alright, how the fuck am I supposed to get over this?
Try Skyrimming it. I bet if you just jump while, like, facing the wall, while colliding with the wall, it'll eventually just, like, send you up.
That's fucked, though. That means that was the intended... like, because I can't see any other method.
Gren asks, are data design games the worst non-bootleg games? I mean, it's so hard to gauge.
You've got Phoenix Games as well in this space.
Yeah, I'd say there's worse. I mean, these are fascinating bad in some ways, in some regards. A lot of the Blast Entertainment publishing catalog, like even games that they were publishing by other developers that weren't data design, a lot of them were just like boring bad through and through. At least something like this has some sort of like angle.
I believe what happened there is I ran into the wall really fast, and I bounced off of it.
That'll happen.
It shouldn't.
Blahat's asking, would you consider AI-generated games as bootleg? No. I mean, I get that where you're coming from, like, you know, because it's stealing copyright material, because all AI gen is just, like, you know, fucking lifting in some regard, but no, technically no.
Yeah, I get that into more of, like, the scam, not even a game kind of place that you would put asset flips. And when I say asset flips, I mean the ones that are literal, here's this asset pack that I'm putting on a storefront.
Yeah, asset flipping, it's more under that umbrella. Because, you know, bootleg is specifically, in my mind, bootleg is skirting copyright by releasing games unlicensed, off-market, using copyrighted characters, like, very clearly and egregiously. Like, don't get me wrong, like, all these, like, AI gen games that are coming out now where it's just like people stringing together visual novels and, you know, generating their slides, their nudie images with AI or otherwise, like, you know, people who are trying to make AI game design take off where it's like generating a game on the fly. You know, all that shit sucks, obviously. And, you know, before you even get into the part where it's killing the planet and so forth. Like, not a nice thing. I do not have any nice things to say about AI evangelists in their output, but we got to be clear about how we're categorizing and delineating these different types of bad game, lest we get to the point where everything is being accused of being AI, right? Where the backlash has become so widespread that anything that just looks bad, any movie that looks like it's going to be bad is like, did AI generate this? It's like, no, people worked really hard to make something this bad, right? A lot of people had a lot of bad ideas to make this thing, to make this product a reality.
I'm not going for all the stars, and I'm okay with it. That would actually be hell. Trying to get all the stars
100%
on this
this
level.
game. Yeah, for absolutely no benefit, for no reward. Would be great if at the end of the game you reunite with your parents and then your dad says, "Great job, son, but you forgot to pick up the stars in the sewer level. Go back out there."
Yay!
Hey.
Saving data. All the saves successful.
Blahat says, "It's kind of beautiful how much hard work and genuine effort can make things both good and bad." Yeah. I'll create a third one of these.
Yep.
This also has to be from some other data design game. I'm sure this is something that they did not create specifically for this, but is from some other game. I just couldn't tell you what that is. Because this game is literally just it's like I said at the top of the show, they're best of.
How accurate is this to New York sewers?
Very. Someone who's gone spelunking in those sewers.
Go right, go right. Can you go right?
Are you stuck? Are you stuck inside the fucking wall?
We're finishing the level like this. I
still no control left and right?
No. Oh, beautiful.
See what they were trying to do there?
Yeah, I have no clue what happened there. Especially because I was getting knocked around as well, and I still had no directional controls anymore.
Carmen in chat says, "I remember watching An American Tail 2, Fievel Goes West a lot as a kid for some reason, but I don't think I ever saw the original. I know Don Bluth was not involved with the Squeakquel. Do you think Don Bluth was involved in this game?" Yeah, this was his passion project. He was like, even I admit Dragon's Lair fucking sucks. Where what I really wanted to do, what I was really envisioning this whole time was...
That reminds me, on his Wikipedia page, it still has a to be announced estimate release date for a Dragon's Lair movie. It's like, I think you can take that off the list. I think that's not happening at this point.
Thank God for small miracles. I'm a Dragon's Lair hater. Are you a Dragon's Lair hater?
I feel like... Because I don't have people in my life who big up its history or like how important it is. It's just like, yeah, it's it's just a quick time event thing. It's whatever. It's kind of my thing. Now the 3D one that came out in the 6th gen, I hear some rough things about that.
We'll get to it. Random Nerd, by the way, commenting on Fievel's model, and this says, "My God, he has hooks for arms." What's supposed to be like a running thread through the movie is that he's a young boy becoming a man. That is like, a narrative through line is that he's growing into, so his sleeves are super long, so they're always like drooping, and his hat is oversized too, that his hat doesn't fit him, that his hat is passed down to him by his father. It's a traditional Jewish hat. I think it's called like a kevkat. Something along those lines. I don't specifically know from. But in this game, they got the sleeves, they got the overlong sleeves, but the hat fits perfectly, which is like at the end of the movie the hat fits, so
Ah,
I missed a
okay.
beat there. Slime says we're gonna find some like Teska's, Osamu Tezuka's hidden drawers when Don Bluth dies. Finally, nudie rats.
I'll say when you're blinking there, you can still hit in the stuff but not take damage, which is very nice. Because that could have been way worse. Wasn't good, just could have been way worse.
Can always be worse. That's the Bad Game Hall of Fame slogan.
See, I was just thinking Fifle's design was based on... Oh no, I forgot the name. She has a dolphin.
What? I don't know.
And an anchor. And she's in Guilty Gear.
Oh, May.
Yeah. It's the hat, the long sleeves. Oh, this control's beautiful.
You also skipped reading the setup for this.
I did. Yeah.
We're in Sewer Rat Part
that's-
2.
That's my bad.
How does this control?
Okay. So the left and right's fine. It's the physics again. Because we're doing like soapbox car stuff. Like in a way, this is how you'd want a soapbox fin to control. To kind of feel this out of control. Hey, see that cool move? Like it's weird. It's maybe the one time where their weird physics-based momentum-y stuff actually makes sense, and I'm not mad at it. Like it's not a well-designed level or anything.
I also like how it has gives you no sense of how close you are to the end of the level, because rather than having it be like the both of you on that track at the top and showing like how close you are to the end and the distance apart, it's only being used for distance apart.
Yeah. Now, if there's any button I can use to speed up or slow down, I haven't found it, and I don't think it exists.
No, I'm going to bet that.
Yeah. You know, like a lean forward.
Yeah. I'm going to bet this is strictly angle-based in terms of momentum. Jaunty music.
I feel like the bass for this song is stolen. Not this part. When it comes around again, hopefully.
It looks like they're so close to you.
Yeah! Oh, it's Lowrider. Not this part, but like the main like verse is it's the Lowrider bass line.
I almost want to see what happens when you get caught. I want to see if they bothered to model this this cat
I'm
chasing
being
you. Yep. Nope, they did not bother. Nope, they just... That's your incentive to maintain momentum. Oh, and your baby still says the cat's caught you, by the way. Just thought you should know that. Thought you should hear it from me. You're really concentrating on this. Or is your microphone muted? Who's to say? I'm gonna bet their microphone is muted. I'll take over. I'll talk. Doesn't look good. It seems bad. Seems like a data design game. I'm curious. Again, someone said Action Girls Racing segment. I'm wondering.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
That was Discord.
Awesome.
Sorry. I was still in control though, so
Yes, yes.
Something with Discord or the way my internet handles Discord has been real weird lately. 'Cause
Well,
that's-
we won't worry too much about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was still rolling.
And that's the all-important thing.
Whoa,
Keep
the
on
mouse
rolling,
really
baby.
catches up there. It gets like a massive boost there, which is weird, because it's not like I'd slowed down. Now I've slowed down.
I like how it phases out that geometry that you crashed into. Like, I get what they're doing. It's supposed to be a countermeasure, so if you get, like, were to theoretically get stuck bumping into an object, like, you know, like what was happening in the flying level, where you'd crash into something
Yeah.
and your momentum would be completely halted and you'd be fucked. You'd be stuck inside of it. They're trying to, like, get rid of that geometry. The problem is that it doesn't accelerate you afterwards. The problem is that you don't get any sort of, like, you know, compensation.
Yeah, there was in some collisions, it was doing the thing where it would, you know, it would spin me around. So if I got knocked a bit too far, it would correct. You know, like the downhill physics would rotate me to go downhill again. So that was, you know, decent enough. Let's see.
You know what's fucked, Johnny? We were talking about this the other day, how susceptible
yeah.
we both are to advertising for food. You know what
Yeah.
I want to eat when we're done with the show tonight? Fucking just a block of cheese. Just a block of cheese, baby. Want my crackers and snacks.
There we go.
Suddenly
Is
I'm
that water
thirsty
flowing upwards?
for a nice cup of water flowing upwards.
Sorry.
Yeah, I noticed too, yes.
Yeah, it took me off guard. And then I was going to point the camera at it, and then I remembered that the camera controls are reversed. And then it didn't go downhill, because that's what I'm trying to do. It went sideways.
Auntie Fui says, mouse girl moments. Cheese to meet you. Real says, I'm going to need an entire cheese and become cheese-shaped. Oh, that's the dream. If I do have a persona, it's an opossum. If I do have one, I will say.
Okay. I could be gaslighting myself, but I'm starting to think holding forward does help a little bit with the speed.
That's placebo.
Yeah.
What's
know
your
why it feels
persona,
that way,
Johnny?
I haven't really thought about it. I don't know what the most bag-like animal is. I guess a kangaroo type.
They got a
kind of?
pouch, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work.
Or like a hermit shell crab. Yeah, the water is flowing upwards,
Yeah.
which is
Okay, if I didn't have a bag for a head, it would be a panda. I like pandas. Sit around, eat. Oh, 6 solo.
Blahat suggests a seagull with a fast food bag stuck to its head.
Oh.
Ooh, good pivot.
How? Yeah, I'm surprised the mouse did not catch up there.
I'm surprised this fucking level isn't over. I'm
Yeah,
surprised without a
no,
checkpoint
these levels
either.
are long. Yeah, no, I don't. I just think this level doesn't have one.
You had to
why is
go
that
for the
bullet
star.
purple?
You had to go for the fucking star.
I'll be honest, I wasn't actually going for the star, really. Again, there's a certain amount of the physics that take over here. If I was making this level, I just want to put these pits here. I think they would have been fine just making this all just a tube. Like their California Games 2 minigame with a skateboard.
I wish Data Design had made a knockoff skateboarding game on the Gods Engine.
Yeah, so it's shocking they didn't, honestly.
What's the PS2 one? The skateboarding extreme madness or something? You know which one I'm talking about? Like was that Midas
I wouldn't know by
interactive banger?
I know
Slime in
the
chat will know
Phoenix
what I'm
game
talking
one.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Phoenix game one is probably the worst skateboarding game of that kind of scale, like 3D.
Blahats asks, bit of a random question. What's the best mouse and/or rat animated movie, 2D or 3D? Titanic: The Legend Continues. Oh, you're fucked. You're just fucked, aren't
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, the mouse didn't even. I did a game called By the Cat. The game just decided I was done. I could have just stayed there.
Question, so we'll never know. The bad PS2 skateboarding game, the real budget one. I know that's not the most specific thing. I mean, I could just look at my launch box. I could find out, but then I'd have to distract Johnny from this wonderful game.
Yeah, I mean, the easy answer for me to say is just Ratatouille, but that might just be the most recent one I've seen. I see Gren Manju saying, worse than Simpsons Skateboarding 3? Since skateboarding? Yes, there are worse skateboarding games than Simpsons Skateboarding, as hard as it is to believe.
Skateboard Madness Extreme Skating or something like that. Yes, thank you. I'm pretty sure that's the one, yes.
Yeah.
Close enough to it.
Yeah, when you get to like the bottom of the barrel of skateboarding games on PS2, those are ones you can't get good at. Oh. Parsec got a bit funky for me there, but we roll on. There we go.
And we all roll on, all right. Carmen in chat says, An American Tail 3, Fievel gives up.
Yeah, get out of here.
Is this the worst level in the game?
No.
No, the monkey ball levels have to be worse, right? That second one in particular.
I honestly hated the tailing jumping one more. If this was shorter and didn't have the pits, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is just fine. Like, granted, there's a bunch of games that have done this concept way better.
Oh, the
It's
cats
kind
are
of-
so close. Fuck! Let me give this a shot.
Oh, yep.
Because I hate myself. As established prior.
Yeah. I see people mentioning Flushed Away. I hear that game's not very good. I'd have to do some research. I have a list a Giant Bomb user made that has a bunch of bad games based on good movies, and that was one listed. So I got reminded of... well, not reminded, but found out that there was a video game based on Disney's Atlantis that's PC exclusive. It's like a weird first-person shooter on PC. Oh, imagine about mentioning, yeah, Stuart Little, where Hugh Laurie was the dad for some reason.
It should have specifically been Hugh Laurie's Dr. House. That would have been inspired.
It was
I know.
It was before then, yeah.
A bit of what was the show that he a bit of Fry and Laurie? Where he was
Fry and
with
Laurie,
Stephen
yeah.
Fry. Yep.
Yeah.
And was Hugh Laurie was he on Blackadder or?
Yeah. Not every season, but I believe he was on the third and fourth. I think he was like the Duke of France in the third one.
By the way, this is piss easy.
Yeah. You say that now. You're not even halfway through the level.
Watch me.
And
get
the mouse
it in
is
one.
catching up to you. Oh yeah, Slam Generator shouting out the Stuart's little free game. If I was the right age for it at the time, I wouldn't have hated it.
I would.
Hey, look at that. Good job.
I was just
More.
doing like micro movements basically.
That was probably my issue. Yeah.
I was holding forward even though it wasn't giving me speed, and so rather than just like doing like wild swings left and right, I was just sort of tapping it in. I was sort of like putting it towards the direction I wanted to go into, and that it seemed to work out pretty well for that. All right, your turn.
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
Wonder how close we are to the end. I haven't been keeping count of the stages. All right, this is the last stage of the game.
Oh, secret weapon. Navigate your way along the pier, avoiding any obstacles. Be very careful. The pier is very old, and some parts may not be strong enough to hold the weight of the secret weapon. Make it to the end of the pier and scare the cats onto the Hong Kong Star. What the fuck is this? Oh, I'm a Trojan mouse or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say those Chinese New Year dragons where they have multiple guys like get inside and like they're walking behind and in front of each other. Like in the movie, this is like, you know, what I recall of the movie film is that like Fievel as a youth is getting told a like, you know, a bit of folklore by his father, you know, and then at the end of the movie when they need to rid themselves of the cats, when they need to liberate themselves from the cats, they Fievel's like, what if we reenacted like this old bit of folklore? What if we built a rat contraption?
Hey, I found the worst level.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently I hit something there. Like, the nicest thing I can say about it is this controls how I think this thing would actually control. But, that doesn't make it very good for a video game level where you have to... Oh. Because I don't know if I have to get all the cats. I'm assuming I do.
Yes.
Okay, how am I going to make this fucking turn coming up here? Okay, you have to turn way ahead of time.
Tanya Cat points out that the cat counter is T-posing.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucked.
They need to give you more health for this.
Nope. Free. It goes up to 10. You only get 3. Okay. Right, let me try this again.
So far, so Trisha. Oh, that's the Dom DeLuise cat there, ahead of you. Who just has a human walk cycle, because they did not want to animate a cat. They did not want to animate a quadruped in this. So like, what animations do we have? What stock animations do we have? Oh, maybe you don't need to get all the cats. Maybe you just need to get the cheese at the end. And you were so close.
Yeah, I don't... What happened? Why did I lose?
Because you bumped into something and it stole control away from you.
It's a bit deceptive, because some cats you don't even have to be that close to trigger them to jump off the side, and some you do have to be closer.
Love this camera.
Yeah. It's a good camera.
Oh, I could have told you that was going to happen. Tried to cut a corner there.
Yeah, I got to figure out what the path in is that I should be doing there. Low rider is the low rider.
Very tense.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, this bit I know I can go around like that. Oh.
All right.
See, because certain cats got missed, so you would have had to have gone and somehow navigated through those. Oh.
Ugh. Carmen in chat says, I'm just going to say it. This game from Data Design Interactive doesn't seem very good. No, don't say that till you tried it. Don't, you know. You know, we can say what we will, but this might be someone's favorite game. You know, this game might just click with someone in a way that it isn't for us. Maybe we're just not on the right wavelength. You don't know till you try it for yourself at home, folks. Phoenix Down says, if they wanted to scare off the cats, they might have just found success in blaring this soundtrack throughout the docks. Yeah, for the 1800s, this soundtrack would be, like, mind-blowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope we don't need to get all the cats, because I definitely miss some.
This last turn is so fucking brutal. Hey!
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess that's just to challenge yourself to try and... The placement to get all those cats is so mean. Like, some of the tightest navigation you're doing in fucking rickety rickshawy ass thing. Congratulations! Fifel has saved New York City from the cats and has been reunited with his family. Maybe finally they can settle down and enjoy their new life in America.
Is that it? You're not going to show the ending to the movie? You're not going to show another scene from the movie here? This is going to...
Oh, should we see what happens if I hit triangle?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
You don't say.
Dedicated to the hardworking team that pulled together and made this happen. Thanks. And let's see that team now.
Sarcastic thanks there.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry, that was an insult. Yeah, ... thanks. There's no way to... How else would you read that? Oh, well.
This Michael Rooker guy has pulled quadruple duty so far in these credits.
Oh, hey, QA.
Hey, there's Paul Weir, whose name is misspelled here. It's I before E. I've seen it both ways, actually. There's Moby Games that says also known as. So it's...
Yeah. Of course, Renderware.
2005. And 2006.
That's funny, actually, because I heard that once EA got Criterion, you know, who made Renderware, that made it more expensive to license out, and publish it, like, you know, developers and publishers hated it. So I wonder if they just had some non-standing agreement that let them keep it still for 2007. And that's it. That's looped.
Is it gonna loop?
Yeah.
It's gonna loop.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, hit my fucking screen. Though you did play most of this game. You did. I guess it's technically your screen on this one. Do me a favor, go to the play game menu.
Yeah.
Let's count these stages. 1, 1B, 2, 2B, or not to be, 3, 3B, 4, 1, 4B, 4, 2, 5.
It's an interesting one.
Couldn't
Why?
have just
Why
made
these
those
4?
stage 5 and 6? The back of the box has 6 big stages.
Yeah.
And then 4 bonus levels.
Well, the back of the box is more correct than the game, I guess.
Too much.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Blah Hats, for the 10 gifted subs there.
Thank you kindly. 10 gifted subs for the 10 stages that comprise
Yeah.
An American Tail for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, vey. That's really it. There ain't nothing else to it.
Hey! He put his hat back on.
Well, let's pop up in front of it and give some final thoughts. I'll go first since I played the least amount of this tonight. Not good. I appreciate that by this point in the data design timeline that they had so many styles of game under their belt that they could make effectively a minigame compilation, that they could stitch all of them together into one game is almost novel. It's the most variety you'll find in one of these data design games. I think the Casper one after this also does the multi-genre thing, if not mistaken. So I think by this point, they were just like, not just recycling games wholesale, but recycling portions of previous games and creating these Frankenstein monster style of recycled games here, which is fascinating. It is fascinating. This is a fascinating game. This is absolutely an interesting bad game for the fact it exists, for the fact this was allowed to get made, for the fact that it's an American Tail game 20 years after the fact, 20 years after like any real relevancy being held by this series. In all the Blast Entertainment published licensed games were about like a decade or two too late to really capitalize. This fly-by-night rookery that was seeking out the cheapest licensing imaginable and then churning out the cheapest games to pair. It's short. It's a breezy time. Maybe not breezy. It was pretty tough in spots. Until I had to play, and I just knocked it right out the park whenever I took the controller. But I don't think this game inspires madness, like frustration mad, that is. I'm sure in spots it would. I'm sure if you are banging your head against the same level for like 30, 40 minutes in a row, past a certain point, something's got to give. But it's just so slight, and you could skip those bonus levels, which means you can skip like half the game, effectively. You can certainly skip that first bonus level, the second of the monkey ball levels, which to me, I don't care what you say, that looks like the worst level in the game. To me, that is the standout bad level in this. I'm sure you have your bugbears about how they control, and I'm sure you can get to that. You can counterpoint me here, but that to me looked like the most miserable fucking piece of shit that this game had on deck up its sleeve. The most miserable section of the game. So thank God it wasn't Alda's Monkey Ball. Thank God that this was a variety. If you hate one style of gameplay, don't worry. Within 2 levels, you'll be onto a new style of gameplay. And that is the beautiful thing about a compilation style of game. So I'd say this is probably a great place to start for Data Design Interactive, even though this is at the end of their timeline. I'm glad we got around to this one first, that we have the full playthrough of this one up, so we can sort of see the pieces that eventually comprise this, that as we go along, we'll start to recognize in like their existing games, in their single genre games, the bits and pieces, maybe even some of the levels that reappear here. It will be a fascinating way to approach this developer and their output. That's all I gotta say. How about you, Johnny?
So the main best thing I can say about this is the variety, and that the one styles don't stick around for too long. But that's a bit of a backhanded compliment, because it's by the time you are like, okay, this bit doesn't work properly, this level sucks, this sucks to play, then it moves on. So it's not like I'm getting bored, there's not enough variety. It's a legitimate, like, this doesn't work, I need to do something else, and the game accidentally answers that. But like, yeah, in a way, it is probably, from what I understand, like the least resistance going through a game. At least if you were just trying to beat it. If you wanted to go try and get all those bonus stars in some of these levels, I think you would legitimately be pulling your hair out. But that gives me a bit of an insight to what it would be like, for example, trying to play the entire of one of their platformers or the entire of one of their Monkey Ball games. Like, it's a nightmare of things to come, but like by just having tiny chunks of it, it ends up being, it's a bunch of bad taste, but it's very small portions as opposed to like the whole grand thing.
It's a wonderful sampler plates.
Yeah, yeah. I think with that Monkey Ball bonus level in particular, if we weren't using save states to get past very specific parts of that level, having to go back, at least it had the checkpoints decently lighted around, but every obstacle, it's getting into like streamer bait, like impossibly hard climbing, you could fall all the way back to the bottom style by accident, but it's obviously not meant that way. It's just incredibly punishing puzzle platforming in a camera and physics system that don't work. But that platforming, especially to me, that one makes me petrified of the data design platformers because of just weird stuff, like how the physics work, where it feels like a monkey ball physics, but you're on foot. Like having to worry that, because this platform's slightly curved, you're going to sink down it and your jumps are going to arc that way. The fact that if you're too close to like a wall or an object, you can't really jump properly because you're like hitting the collision. The weird way the double jump works, where you don't jump at the peak of your first jump to double jump, you have to just mash it quickly to get the full height. And just the weird kind of stop-start momentum. Like, again, like feels like those monkey ball levels, but you're on foot, so it doesn't feel right. You don't have like the friction you're supposed to have. It is like soapy and weird feeling. But again, it's basically one level, right?
It's all downhill.
It's just the one level. So again, it has that. There is some parts where someone was trying. I feel like the level where it was down on the ground and you were seeing the feet of humans and the horses and stuff was like at least some ingenuity of like trying to capture some of the spirit of the film. But with the data design philosophy of just reuse the assets we've got, like that's a plus. I've heard stories that like the main CEO was like proud in interviews about the fact that they were repackaging the same assets and levels in multiple games. Like if that's the way you have to design a game, there's only so much you can do. But at least someone was trying there. But yeah, it's interesting to see all these little modes and insights into all their different games and how they didn't work. But just a taste for the future. And yeah, I did not pick up really what happens in this movie from this game, sad to say.
No, you didn't get a complete experience? This was one equivalent to watching the movie for you? That's a shame. I also want to thank, I didn't want to cut off your, I don't want to interrupt your train of thought there, but thank you, Gren Maju, for the bits, by the way. Yeah. Definitely a curio. Definitely a great way to get introduced to Data Design Interactive if you're looking for such an introduction, if you're looking to introduce someone to it. This will be a little bit of a taste of... It's an amuse-bouche of Data Design's best and worst, if you will.
Yeah. Also, granted, I'm sure the American Tail license wasn't highly sought at the time. I'm still shocked Data Design got it somehow and got to make this. Like, I don't know how that deal happened. Kudos, Data Design, whoever's was pulling deals at the time. Like, the fact you even got a name this big is shocking to me. But especially for what their reputation would have been but at this point in the gaming sphere.
Yeah. Well, on that note, with our journey to America completed, reunited with our family, the time has come for us to say, squeak, squeak, folks!
Hell yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this, our playthrough of An American Tail for the PlayStation 2. Not half bad for a game for a playthrough we threw together the night before. Always glad when we don't have to put a lot of thought into it. Hey, we even finished nice and early, too, so I can enjoy my platter of cheese before the night's through. If you enjoyed this show, consider tuning in to some upcoming programs. Let's take a look at the stream schedule. Monday, May 25th, will be a Casual Monday, the show where we play not-so-bad games, shoot the shit a little more casually, so on, so forth. If you're wondering what that is, if you haven't seen VODs for it, that's because those VODs don't go up on the YouTube, they go up on the Patreon, and for our financial backers, we'll explain more of that in just a little bit. Tuesday, May 26th, we will be playing 007 Racing in commemoration of that new IO Interactive Bond game coming out. Excited for that game, by which I mean the IO Interactive one. Not excited for 007 Racing. I've played it before. We played it on this show. I know what to expect. No excitement there. But should hopefully be a good Schadenfreude type of show, with any luck at all. Thursday, I'm going to put down as pending. I don't want to run a patron poll right this second. We'll figure out what our next patron poll is in the next couple days or so. And then give ourselves ample time to prepare for our next Thursday playthrough series. So for May 28th, we'll probably just do some sort of one-off. Maybe I can find another one-off movie tie-in game and just keep the streak going through the month of May. Time will tell.
How only?
Who's to say? It's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Speaking of It's Always Something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, Saturday, May 30th is also pending. Will also be something to be determined. Because it's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. God damn it. But that's as far ahead into the future as we're able to look. A grand total of 2 episodes ahead. That's what I mean when I say we don't plan too far ahead. So, hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, you might consider joining our Discord community. Discord.gg/BGHOF, a community of connoisseurs, talk good games, bad games, every game in between, things that aren't games. Join our Bad Game Club, what are folk playing this month over on the Discord? Johnny?
Yes, we have been playing Pon, the next level for the PlayStation. The fresh new take of Pon for the Millennium, bringing many and all forms of Pon tables, Pon balls, Pon for days. Can you beat the CPU? I sure can.
Very good. If that game doesn't jump out at you, if that doesn't fascinate and compel you, I'll just wait till next month. We'll have a new bad game on deck for folk to commiserate over, share their tips and tricks, so on and so forth. It's always something getting played over in the Bad Game Club over on the Bad Game Hall of Fame Discord. Hey, if you really like what you saw here tonight, you might even consider financially supporting us, pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube. Any or all of the above will grant you access over on that Discord server to a Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote in polls to help determine our playthroughs, make suggestions to help steer the direction of the show, gain access to exclusive content, primarily by way of odds, at this current juncture, primarily by way of our Casual Mondays archive, over 150 hours of exclusive content available to those who financially support us on demand. And, let it not be forgotten that perhaps the greatest perk of all, the satisfaction of knowing you're supporting our suffering, our long-form suffering here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, helping keep the lights on, helping keep us in these bad games, you sick bastards. And we do thank you. We do genuinely thank those of you who help keep us doing this goofy-ass show. We like doing it, despite everything, despite the games. We do enjoy putting on the show. But if you would like to support us and you do not currently have the means to do so financially, we completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to help us out that is free, you might consider going over to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@badgamehalloffame. There you'll find a suggested viewing playlist comprising 20 hand-picked episodes of the show that we think make for some of the best onboarding onto this here show of ours. Fit to share with folk you know who might go for video game streams in the 2.5 to 4 hour range. Or maybe you know someone who's a big fan of fucking Dom DeLuise and they can hear that bit where I shit talk them at the top of the show and immediately tune out, and you'll have to explain why you sent it to them. It'll become a whole kerfuffle. If you want that experience, if that's what you're looking for, then by all means send that episode. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewers. Maybe you have an American Tail fan in your life. Maybe send this to them. Who's to say? What I can say is that will do it for our show tonight. Let's send folk the way, by way of raid, to Sasquatchulus, who is currently playing 2001 anime games. A very specific, narrow scope there. So
I hope the stream title is 2001, an anime odyssey.
No, I was saying the name of the stream, unfortunately, though. You can pitch that idea. You can pitch that title.
Yeah, we'll
to
pitch
them.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, let them know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you, so on, so forth. That will do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I have been Capsized Cassidy.
And I'm hoping this didn't count as my American citizenship exam. Johnny
Passed the
Backhead.
test. Yeah, you.
Woo!
Welcome aboard, brother. Yeah. I'm going to go eat a whole bunch of cheese. Oh, bye-bye.
Toodles.